Happy New Year, everyone. What a year it's been for silver. Let's do a silver price year in review and an outlook for 2026 as well. We'll talk about silver, gold, platinum. We might do some other assets too, stocks, etc. And we'll have a good old-fashioned good time here on the 1st of January 2026. Yes, it's the future here in Australia. It is the new year. Happy New Year to everyone. Use the time codes below if you're watching this on the replay, but if you're watching live, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers. Happy New Year, people. With me, Joe Main, in the first 1 or so minutes of the show, we are going to do the very first synchronized slurp for the brand new year in 2026. What is this? If you're new to the channel, if you're one of my 4,200 YouTube subscribers, if you're one of my 4,095 followers on X, because we're going out live on X as well right now, and you haven't yet done a synchronized slurp for some reason, or if you're new to the channel, it's the synchronized slurp. You grab a tasty beverage. I've got mine. We slurp them synchronously together. It is the honor system. You must do it. I don't care where you are. You could be at a New Year's Eve party right now and randomly standing in. Why are you watching this if you're at a New Year's party? But anyway, if you are, you slurp your beverage. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Let's get some New Year's Day. Oh, I just realized that's a tie-in to the U2, to the song U2, to the song New Year's Day by U2, of which I'm a Bono and a U2 tribute band. I just put that together. Yeah, Happy New Year. Let's do some quick shout-outs, etc. Can you please, though, join my private silver investor club from only $1 per month? Giveaways, specials, a lively community, private live streams, much, much more. Keith says, Happy New Year, Stackers, from FNQ, Far North Queensland, Australia. Oh, Mariba. Oh, he even gives a postcode as well. Love it. That is Far North Queensland. Wow. What's the weather like up there today? GMS says, Mark, Florida. I saw this before. Happy New Year to you and your family, Mr. Joe. Cannot stay, but wanted to wish you all the best. Happy New Year, Mark. Good to see you. Gerald, Happy New Year, my friend. Good to see you. Trivia equals a royal coronation as each plateau and okay. Ooh, we're getting a little bit. How's your father? Oh, okay. Charles will not put in many more years. I think you're actually kind of right on that one. Happy New Year, champions. Says Jason Mazzana. G'day, Jake. Good morning, everyone from Liverpool. Liverpool. No, that's terrible. That was almost like a weird, terrible New Zealand accent as well. G'day, Jake. It's good to see you. Happy New Year, mate. Sino, who just came from the gym with his son, doing it good style there on January the 1st, first day of the year, getting in the gym. Nice work. Happy New Year's, Joe. Good to see you. Duxleya. Silver in a preview of next year in Chicagoland. Ooh, Happy New Year. Dennis McManus, synchronized slurp. Across time, it's still 2025. Yes, it is, my friend. Hey, Lance is here. My missus did her first synchronized slurp. That's just for Mrs. Lance and your little Lance as well, little Junior. It's good to see you watching, my friend. Happy New Year's, legends. Nice little drop in silver. Time to buy if I can find any. Everyone is a little bit light on for silver at the moment. Happy New Year, says Oharazog. Yep, cool. Happy New Year. I can't pronounce that, but that's okay. Happy New Year. And Robert Schaefer says, I just want the charts to tell me we are headed back to $80. We'll take a look at the charts in just a second. In fact, we might do that really soon. There might be points today where I need to take little breaks in the live stream just to check on a couple of things. Dancing it out, we will dance it out at the end of the show. By the way, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, stormrake.com, full service crypto brokerage. Hit the like button, please. That helps me with the algorithm. Let's go take a look at silver. Oof, here is silver on the yearly time frame. We have closed the year. The year has closed at $71.60 US cents. A little bit of a dip, and we did expect that kind of thing in terms of, remember how we said the yearly candle? You're probably not going to get like a full-on. You have some kind of big. Give me 1 second. I know I'm about 2 seconds into the show. I'm going to be back in about 15 to 20 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm back. Thanks for that. Sorry. Hopefully I won't do that again. Silver in review, as I said. Let's go back and start that again. Let's do a silver year in review. You've hit the time code and you've gone to the right spot. This is silver on the yearly time frame, price in USD. We've closed the year. My goodness, $71.60 US cents. Usually you'll get some kind of spike and then a little bit of a move down, but how good is it looking on this yearly time frame? So anyone, as I've been saying, anyone saying to you silver is done here is absolutely mental. They're doing it for clicks. They are absolutely doing it for clicks, because if they were any kind of smart, or if they had any kind of knowledge about technical analysis, or even just know how to press buttons on a computer, they would go, oh, let me check out the monthly or the quarterly or the yearly chart. If they knew the difference also between linear and logarithmic, then they would know, okay, that's the linear chart, right? Which looks stretched. Okay, that goes, whoa, cool. But even on the linear chart, look, do you think, I'll show you, even on the linear, okay, as we all know, but for anyone watching who's a silver naysayer or anyone new to the channel, pardon me, do you think even on the linear, we have $50 in 1980, we have $50 in 2011, the first bullish yearly candle close above makes a new all-time high for the first time. Well, new all-time high means a new all-time high. The first time, it's the first time in history, that silver has closed above. Actually, it's the first time in history that silver's closed a yearly time frame above $30. Oh shit. That's the first time in history that silver has closed above $30. That's the first time it's closed above the previous all-time highs as well of $50. Do you think now we just do the following? Again, I'll show you on the logarithmic chart as well. Okay, do you think we just do the following? This is the yearly candles, right? Then another year, and we just come down to here. Oh, we're coming back to 30. Oh, no. That's not a thing. That's not occurring, okay? In my humble non-financial advice opinion, could something take it down there? Black swan events, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course, right? Sure. I'm giving you a 99.99% guarantee that that is not the case. And when you take a look at it on the logarithmic scale, which measures percentage increase rather than just flat dollar increase, cool. Look how small that close is above. Look at that. We broke out, okay, and you've closed above. Okay, so brilliant. We'll take a look at how we got there. Why not? Let's do a was it Thingo in review? Of course, that's the low there in January 2020. We started off the year. Where are we? April. That's 22, Joe. 20. Let me do this one. I'll do a good old vertical line. We'll find that a bit easier. November, December, right there-ish. Cool. There's the start of the year, and there's the end of the year. So we pumped up. How far did we pump? Let me get rid of that. At the start of the year, yeah, what are we up? Well, we are up 180%. We're up 140% for the year. Holy hell. Okay, that's amazing. So basically, it was a pretty straight shot to there. We faffed around for about the first quarter. So if we take a look on again, so what did we see? Into that February to April kind of time frame, silver seasonality wise, what did we see? We saw that move. So generally, the first few months of the new year are generally good for silver seasonality wise. Then we saw that big dump back to there, basically a double bottom pretty much. And then it's just been an absolute straight shot, which is just great. Now, it's looking a bit parabolic, isn't it? Okay, no, that's fine. I don't have to check that. Looking a little bit parabolic, but as I showed you on the weekly, I haven't been really noticing. I'm not noticing massive divergence. Okay, we did make a higher high in the price. We've made a higher high technically on the weekly. I don't think personally we're heading down to way lower prices, back down to your 50s, back down to your 40s before we see higher prices coming in 2026, at least within the first quarter to first half of 2026. I think the following occurs, and many other people think the following occurs as well. I think we see a move up into, let me get rid of this. So this is the 2026 outlook. And let me do that, and let me get rid, I need to put my trend-based Fibonacci on. Where are we? Give me 1 second. That's my Elliott wave. Where's my trend-based? Right there. I think we do something like the following, where we head up to around about this $96 to $100 area first before we see a sell-off later on down the track for silver. So I think we do tick around here. Maybe come down to around about your $65 to $60 potentially, just in the first, I don't know, pick it, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, something like that. But I do think we see a pump up into here before we see, and this takes you into your sort of late February, April kind of time frame, before we see a final wave 3 top, okay, for 2026, and then we'll go into a bit of consolidation, which could take it, decently lower, okay. So I do see, again, 2026. Sorry, I've got big noise in the background as well. That is what's the word? Distracting me. But the first quarter, the first half of 2026, roughly February, April. Higher prices for silver, then we will see a longer wave 3 protracted move. And I think that takes us out into 2027. What I think, if I go on the yearly time frame, what I think we do, and I'll pop it on the logarithmic for you, and I'll go back to here. I think we do something along the lines of the following. Let me get rid of all this. This is my prediction as such. I think we do the following. I think we see a strong quarter to first half like that. So I think we print green for the first part of the year. Then I think we actually print a red candle for the year. So my assumption this year is that we actually end in the red. Now, I could be absolutely completely wrong, and I would love to be absolutely completely wrong. I do think we have that move, but then I think we have a bit of a retracement, and we potentially, more likely than not, end red for the year. Do I think then that's just downwards from there in the following years? No, I just think we have a move up to that roughly 100. That's a little peak, then down there, and then the next years and the following years after that, onwards and upwards we go, of course, into 2030, minimum $200, as I've been saying for a little bit. And that's that sort of $210 mark, but potentially a lot higher in 2030. But I think minimum $200 by that 2030 area. That's my outlook for silver for 2026. So I'll show you on the monthly as well, because we have been talking about, we have been talking about the wave 3 top, which could be in, but I just don't feel like it is. I feel like we can do the following. Again, that's the monthly time frame. That's your 1, 2, 3. That takes you, ignore the time frame, okay? 1, 2, 3. Let's take that to, what's that? March, April. Okay, what a spike to there. And then we see a further protracted move in 2026. Oh, do I say we close lower for the year in the red? Maybe I don't, but I do think we peak in that February to April timeframe, and then you will have a longer move that takes it out into roughly 2027. That's your wave 4 move, and then you get of course, the blow off top wave 5 move, $200 minimum thing in 2030-ish kind of area. That's where I think we are for silver. That's what I think. That's silver. Cool. Questions about that? Comments about that? Let's get some more comments, etc. Someone said, let's see, nice little drop. Yeah, you said that one. Thank you. A beautiful day to start the year. Yes, it is, Knackers O'Reilly. Syracuse. Good to see you from Syracuse. I want the charts to tell me it's going down to 60 so I can back up the truck. Yeah, many people want to see it go down. We'll go back to silver in a second and take a quick look. It's a beautiful day for ducks and fish up here. Let's see. 500 millimeters of rain since Christmas. Oof, that's a lot. Yeah, it's the old wet season up in Queensland. GMS says, Chris Phipps, good to see you, friend. Gerald thinks nationalised mines in several countries that were big producers. We will see this play out as the effects as Mexico is one focused on as Argentina and China are contenders. Ooh, you think so? They might nationalise. Real world assets is the key as silver and no shortage of use cases. Right, Happy New Year's, friends. Living Adam Man, good to see you, my dude. We'll quickly go back to that silver thing. And what was I going to show you? On the daily, we'll just pop into the daily for the moment. Okay, so trading today is closed for New Year's Day. So let's take a quick look at the next few days, next couple of weeks, etc. What can we look at? We did do it yesterday. The day before yesterday. But we'll take another look. I want to get rid of you. Then we're going to do gold, platinum, some other assets too. If you have any requests, let me know. And if I have time to do it, I will do it. I'm going to take it from this low and this high. We've shown you this before. This is where we're sitting at the moment in the silver price. And this is the area that I'm looking out for, as I mentioned on the live show the other day. So somewhere between 69, anywhere down to about 60 US dollars, okay? Depends what that is in your own currency, is the expected support area. It's the zag zone. Now that's a pivot right there. That's a pivot, okay, for sure. So you can expect a potential touch of around about 69. Anywhere down to about 60 is really normal. What we do know about the silver market in particular, it really likes the halfway point. It likes the Fibonacci, the 0.5 area right there, or the Fib 500 as they call it as well. So it tends to respect that quite a lot. I would actually be concerned if in a big bull market, you even got down to there. That's saying, geez, people aren't willing to really be massive buyers until it's a 60% discount from that low and that high. They're waiting until around about 62% off. It's like, why? So around about that half price psychological value of, it's half price, it's half off, right? 50% off. That's where I'm sitting at the moment. So I think we very likely, when trading opens again, we very likely, rather than shooting straight up through here, I think we probably have a test of between $69 to $65, $64.60 roughly. 69 to 65, around about a $4 window. I think we come into here, at least touch there, and we might even get some kind of move down to there. And then I think we do this kind of thing for up into that February, March kind of time frame, up to close to your $100 mark, possibly triple digits, okay? And then we have that larger move going down. I didn't ignore that, right? I'm not saying it's going down to $55, but that larger move into sort of 2027, okay? Or at least sort of late 2026. Cool. That's what I'm seeing right there. So watch out for 69 to 65-ish. Cool. Let's take a look at gold. Interesting. Here is gold on the daily. We'll take a look on the yearly. Right, here's gold's year in review. Oof. That's on the linear. That's on the logarithmic. We'll take a look at the linear. Gold in review for the year of 2025. We pumped. That's really decent. I mean, we pumped to a top of about 70% for the year of 2025. That's half the move, less than half the move of silver. Silver did 180%, closed at 140%, and gold's closed at around about 64, 65%. Gold was still a great play to be in, but can you see the difference? All right, the power of silver as leveraging against gold. Okay, it does really, really well. Okay, when gold's doing well, just gold goes first and then silver follows, right? So it's done really, really well. That's on the linear. Let's take a look at the logarithmic and see where we are. Cool. There's nothing saying to me that gold is massively slowing down here at all. Look at this. It's absolutely gangbusters. We've got a long way to go up into 2030, or possibly even slightly longer. And as I said, through to like the next 20 years, through to like 2020, 2045, etc. Commodity super cycle, that will, that'll go even higher, I think. But again, up to this next 5 years, you're looking like $8,000, $10,000 gold, I think, by that time frame for sure. Okay, and it's a beautiful candle close. I'd actually say that's actually a better candle close than silver if you take a look. So if you look at that wick there, let's see that price. Let me just get down to there. What is that? So we wicked up to whatever that is. I'll use the magnet. Give me 1 second. I'll use the magnet to get it. Yeah, there. And there, yeah, the magnet. Okay, so we technically closed 5%, 5.5% down from its peak. Okay, and silver did, get rid of you. Good to see so many people watching. You're watching Good Morning Stackers. We're now doing the gold year in review. I just wanted to check where, yeah, there we go, down to there. Okay, down again because silver's more volatile. Silver is 14.5% down from its peak, which we just had. Okay, but so gold's done really well too. Let me go back to gold. How did we get there? We'll take a look at the weekly, and I'll show you where I think we are at the moment as well. So there's your 2025, April, close enough for jazz. Basically a straight shot for gold, pretty much. So we had that move again, see, in that January to April kind of time frame. Gold just went basically a straight shot. Then from around about April, it actually ranged. So rather than having a big dip which kind of shook people out through price, it started shaking people out through time. That was not a good time to sell gold. Okay, you didn't want to do that because we just ranged for a bit and then went onwards and upwards we go. Then we had that next move up to that 4,400. Then this little seems a little blowy offy kind of top, and let's pop on some indicators. Now, I would suggest that gold is looking a little bit more toppy than silver is, in my humble opinion. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. If I take a look at the difference between there and there, yeah, no, see that still making higher highs on the relative strength index right there. The volume's through the absolute roof. If I take a look at gold, the volume's still higher than that, but see the general volume is lower, okay? And plus what I'm noticing is on the relative strength index, you've got higher highs, but lower highs on the RSI as well. So I'm actually just much more confident for silver than I am gold in 2026, okay? You're noticing that kind of thing playing out at the moment. Be more careful on gold than on silver, and we're also seeing that, of course, in the gold to silver ratio, which has been absolutely tanking like a bloody stone. Here's the gold to silver ratio on the yearly time frame. We started out at 105. We started out in triple digits, and then we ended where we got down. Geez, I think we nearly did 100%, did we? What's that? There to there. Yeah, well, down 50%. Okay, so not 100%, down 50%. From 105 to what, 54. That's pretty darn good, okay? Imagine if you had again, it's all spitballing because you'll never get it perfectly, but imagine if you had bought silver here at 105, swapped it for a bunch of gold here at 55. Now, I don't think you should be swapping here, okay? I do think we head down in 2026. Here's what I think we do. Actually, on the yearly time frame. I will not say, no, I cannot say to you in 2026 that we will definitely head down to that 50 to 1 area. That's a really big move, okay? You could even sort of range here for a while, or even have a bit of a move in gold, actually. So gold could potentially... am I contradicting myself? I'm going to say neutral on this. I don't know. What I can tell you from a technical perspective is you have closed the year lower. So you've actually made a lower high on the yearly time frame. Okay, so that's bearish for the gold to silver ratio. So that could give it credence to say it could head down further in 2026. Okay, I'm going to remain neutral for now. I don't know. And I'm never going to lie to you and say, it's definitely going this way, definitely going that way. That's gold to silver ratio. Let's take a look at platinum. Holy. Here's platinum on the 12-month time frame, price in USD, 2050, basically. It's looking great for platinum over the longer term. We did break the all-time high. We did close under the all-time high. So there's a lot of positives and a little bit of So what we did do is we broke it all-time high. That is absolutely fantastic. I would have loved to have seen it close above there. That would have been the ultimate thing, above around about 2,300 US dollars. But we did, if I show you the Fibonacci, we did close above some key levels above there, which is really good. Platinum, that's the 1969 one, yeah. So we closed above here. Really good. Okay, that's beautiful. Of course, we closed through that. Where are we? Not that one. This one. We closed above here. Is this on the logarithmic or the linear? Oh, it's on the log. Let me take it on the linear. We closed above this area here, which is really fantastic. Closed way through that expected resistance range. We did it ages ago on the monthly time frame, so it was looking really good. Then we just rocketed up, made that new all-time high. Pardon me. And we've closed above the 0.786 as well. Closed above 1,930. Okay. Looking really, really good. For the longer term, 2026, I think, is probably looking quite good as well. Very bullish on platinum. Again, over the longer term, your expected resistance range after we break the all-time high and then make new higher highs, I'm looking at between 2,845 and 3,300 US dollars as the next major resistance range. And then after that, and we are going higher, we're talking in the $5,000 range or possibly even more, into like that 2030 kind of time frame. On the monthly, let's have a look. Monthly, I don't like the big spike. We don't, as we said, we don't like the big spikes in the opposite direction because it says sellers are much more in control of the market. I don't like on the linear that we closed below that 1.618. So I would be expecting, I don't know, for platinum for 2026, 2027, 2028, and the 29, 30. 2026 could be the slightly indecisive one. I could potentially, I don't know for platinum. Okay, I don't know. Short answer is I'm unsure. That's my 2026 outlook. I don't like the fact that it has done that big spike, but look, you can, where are we? That can surprise people. And that's on the monthly. Oh, that's on the monthly, Joe. Sorry. That's the monthly time frame. Of course, on the monthly. Sorry, I thought I was looking at the yearly. On the monthly, you can have a little bit of a spike down in the first period, and then you can close, you can close much, much higher for the year. All right. So you can, that's 1 to 12 periods. That's December. Where are we? December 2026. That's the year. Oh, you could end up higher for the year. Sorry, I thought I was looking at the yearly candle. If I look at that yearly candle, and if I take it on the logarithmic as well, you can easily end in the green for the year for platinum. So, and I love the fact that it's above that 0.786 as well. So looking good for platinum. I would suggest up for the year in platinum. That's me. That's platinum. Take a quick look at copper. Copper closed the year bloody bullish. Okay, that's really bullish for copper. I am extra bullish in copper in 2026 as well. I don't think we see much lower prices there for the year. I am bullish on copper, in particular bullish on copper stocks. Of course, the AI revolution that's coming in the next 5-10 years, etc. You're going to need data centers after data centers and all the manufacturing and everything. And copper is all part of it. Well, copper's part of it, silver's part of it, uranium's part of it as well. We'll take a look at some other stuff today, and I am very bullish on copper for 2026 and beyond. And that's a great candle close. Look at this. Again, first time ever. Oh, yeah, first time in history that you have closed above $4.40, $4.50. First time in history The copper is closed above $4.50. And look at that candle close. It's not a spike this time. We didn't spike and close below that blue box. We finally spiked and closed above it. Great for copper. You could get into copper through ETFs. You can get into copper. You can buy physical copper if you want. Don't recommend it. There's other ways you can get copper, but I wouldn't recommend that either. And you can get into copper through buying individual mining stocks as well. And I'm in a few of them. Let's do... I didn't mention it, so let me just quickly check it because I want to. Where are we? Other things that I am very much into and very bullish on would be something like uranium. I did mention it. You're going to need uranium, more nuclear power, etc. You're going to need uranium for the moment, and I'm incredibly bullish on it. That's on the logarithmic and that's on the linear. I'll take it from the logarithmic. And yeah, really ultra bullish on uranium. Let me get rid of a few things here so you can see it a little bit better. So here's uranium. And it's not specific, it's the Global X Uranium Miners ETF. So this is not buying spot uranium. There's other ways you can buy spot uranium. This is a uranium mining ETF stock, and it's the major miners, okay? You also have EarnJ, which is the junior miners as well. Oh, that's interesting. We'll take a look. We'll go back and take a look at those. But yeah, looking really bullish. I think we did close just below, but that's pretty good. Let's see, for the year on the logarithmic, okay, we've closed just below the top end of the resistance zone. We had a spike, but you're so close to it, I think it's looking pretty darn good for 2026. On the linear scale, what did we do? On the linear, geez, you haven't even, on the linear, let me get rid of that. I don't want to see that. Go away. On the linear, and that for the moment, you spiked into that area, but it was rejected. Okay, and again, I'm looking at this on the yearly time frame. Okay, so we did spike. We had a rejection. Lovely close above, though. Look at that beautiful candle close. I am very bullish on it on the longer term. So particularly on the logarithmic as well. I think it smashes through. Let me get rid of that and put that there. I think we smash through in 2026. That's my humble, non-financial advice opinion. I do think we end in the green for the year by the end of 2026 for uranium mining stocks, the large ones. This is URA. I have a position in it, looking lovely. Okay. Anything else that we want to talk about? Yeah, probably. Let me get to that. I'll do some shout outs. Etc. Got a bunch of people watching, which is fantastic. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Can you do me a favor? Dang, man. Do me a favor. Head over to x.com/it's Joe Main. I could have had a bunch more people watching, even though I've got a lot of people watching. But I can just edit it very quickly. Live on X now. Oh, I just got in there within the first hour. There we go. We'll have a bunch more people popping in now because I do have a bunch of X watchers. Give me another 15 to 20 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm back. Let's do some comments right about here. We've looked at silver, gold, platinum, copper, and we'll take some more comments right now. Then we'll take a look at some other assets. We'll take a look at maybe at the stock market, maybe the crypto market too. Hit the like button, people. Yes, please. That would be lovely. Thank you. Wishing you all the best. Live long and prosper. Absolutely agree. Living Animate says, Silver, I missed your analysis, but yes, if we don't take out 78.70, then we test 64. I don't want to see 64. It will hurt the mining stocks I'm heavy on. But if you're holding for the long term, it doesn't matter. So you'll just feel a bit of short-term emotional pain, but it's not like it should be shaking you out. Mining stocks, we'll take a look at some mining stocks in the general mining stock indexes in just a second. You'll be completely fine over the longer term, though. But it'll feel like a little when you check your portfolio every day. I get it. It still happens to me. It's all natural. Watching the price with knife edge concern. If it breaks low, oh no, don't do that. If it breaks lower, I consider selling and rebuying stocks after bounce. I wouldn't. Probs wouldn't. Silver closed at an all-time high Christmas Eve just a week ago. Yeah, exactly. We're essentially exactly where we were a week ago, and people are freaking out. I know about the crash. Well, we did see the CME just raise margin requirements again, so that's what's taken that price down again. Oh yes, and that's the thing. I'll come back to that in a second. Some people may be freaking out. Physical silver is sitting pretty, but stocks have underperformed. They have recently, actually, the metal over the last 6 to 8 weeks. And if it go lower, they go lower. And I'm not keen to. Oh, okay. You're not. Fair enough. You're not keen to let the portfolio go below break even. I get it. That's a very psychological value. I do see what you're saying there. I don't think you should let it shake you out, though. Living out of man. I don't normally buy anything at all-time high, but I had a little FOMO last Friday and bought some more mining stocks, and lost about 7%. You didn't lose. Expecting 2026 to be profitable, though. You could be right. You didn't lose because you didn't sell, I presume. You didn't lose. If I sell my stocks today, I'm up 6% since November, so holding for now. Okay. Chris says, I stack copper by collecting US nickels. Where's my giant? I have a giant box of them somewhere. I keep my 5 cent, 10 cent, and 20 cent. Actually, I think I keep my 50 cent pieces here in Australia because they are 75% copper, 25% nickel. They're copper nickel. Yeah, exactly. Yes, 75 nickel, currently worth about 8 cents. Your nickels. Yeah, so that's right. Exactly right. I can buy them from the bank for 5 cents. Correct. You can take in note cash and go, I want a whole bunch of 5 cent pieces, nickels, right? And you get more in the content. Let me check that. I want to check that. Give me 1 second. Let's ask Grok together. Let me go here. Let's ask Grok together. In how much AUD worth of copper is in every 5 cent Australian coin. Are we over that point yet? Let's have a look. Oh, just give me the fucking answer. Jesus Christ. Value of copper in one coin. Oh, no, it's not. 3.85 cents. Okay, this is a rough estimate based on spot prices around January. What's the spot price? What was the spot price then? January. Actual melt value can vary as well. Okay. Base it on what's copper in AUD? Give me a second. Copper AUD? I can't do that. Copper is what? $5.70, I think it was. Give me a moment. Copper. $5.71 USD to AUD. 571 is $8.56. Base it on $8.56 AUD copper price. AUD, Jesus Christ. No, fuck. Sorry, because it said USD $8.56 AUD price. I mean, sorry, gang. What an amazing live stream this is. You get to see me grok stuff. Oh, for fuck's sake. $8.56 AUD price. Sorry, gang. You all saw that in real time and I didn't see it. There we go. What? 1.82 cents? What are you talking about? Assuming... No, you fucking loser. Oh my God. 8.56 AUD per ounce. Per AUD. Fuck me. Per troy ounce. Okay. Can you give me the right calculation now, please? Oh, that's not right. That can't be right. What? No, it's not 58 cents. Okay, shit. Let's start again. Australian content was 2.83 grams. Okay. $8.56 per troy ounce. That can't be right. Am I wrong on that? That is per ounce though, isn't it? Or am I wrong? Or is it per gram? Oh my god! Someone tell me the right thing. I couldn't be fucked with this calculation any longer. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Couldn't be bothered. Hi Joe. Is Wealthstack still a sponsor? No, Wealthstack hasn't been a sponsor for a while. I was waiting for them to release an announcement that I was allowed to announce, but they never sent me that announcement. So I actually haven't spoken to them for a bit. No, but they're not an official sponsor. No, and I haven't mentioned them for ages. No. Stacking. Yeah. See, I think so too. Check out Silj. Yes, I will check out Silj. Mining stocks are a scam, says Ranger. Interesting. Why do you say that? I disagree for the most part. How can future metal come into supply without investing in the companies that actually make production a reality? I do agree. Grinding hard, yo. The joys of AI. Yeah, sorry, gang. I know, arguing with Grok. Because one is still dealing in derivatives metal is they want not more dollars. Okay? This is better than the chart analysis. Per pound. Oh, okay. Thank you, Dead is great. Per pound, is it? Sure. All right, I'm going to go back. $8.56 AUD per pound. You can't see this, and I'm not going to. All right, let's try that again and see what it says for me. Fucking hell. Oh, there we go. That seems around about right. So now I'm getting, there's about 4 cents Australian in each 5-cent coin at the moment. So still under, but with the value of copper going up, there is going to come a time where, absolutely, and you should probably be stacking those 5-cent coins. There will come a time, I think, where, like they did with the 1 and 2 cent coins here in Australia, you know, the copper ones, they got rid of those years ago, the 1 and 2 cent coins, because it went over the melt value. Your 5-cent coins, I stack all of my 5-cent coins in particular. So yeah, and you can buy copper as such for exchanging them for 5-cent coins. Taking your cash, I just want, give me 1,000 5-cent coins, and eventually you've paid nothing for them. You've literally paid nothing for copper by taking it into your bank and swapping them for 5-cent coins. The question becomes then, it is illegal to melt down coins and stuff. So I don't know how that works, but anyway, I don't know how that works. Thank you. Copper prices per pound. Sorry. Thanks, people. Cool. We'll go back here. And we'll take a quick look at some of the stocks. We'll take a look at Silj and SIL. So let's do those. We'll do SIL. That is so good. Look at SIL. So this is the Global X Silver Miners ETF. So it's a Silver Miners ETF, okay, or the majors. And that's its close on the logarithmic scale for the year. Beautiful close, and we've closed basically exactly. Did we match it exactly? No, slightly higher. So previously, the highest ever close for the SIL was $94.03, and we closed at. Oh no, hang on. No, how does that work? 94. Oh, that's the high. Sorry, the close was. That's at the open. Sorry, the open was $82.93. The close was that $82.93, $83.52. Okay, so we've had a yearly close higher than the previous open right there. So that's history made. Looking absolutely fantastic, I think, for the silver miners coming this year. Do you think we do the following? And we just, again, like silver, right? We just head down there for years and years and years, or just back down here, and then no. As the price of silver is going up, these silver miners are raking the dollars in, okay, because they have a certain base level price that it costs them to mine silver. As the price of silver is going up, their profitability is going through the roof. And so why would you not see the price of the miners in general go up as well? So I'm like this for the silver miners. Number go up, number go down over time, of course, but look at that beautiful move, okay? So that's the majors, and here is the minors, the juniors. This is SilJ, made a brand new all-time high. Once again, do you think we make a brand new all-time high in a stock that has been since 2012? So 13 years in the making, 12, 13 years in the making, we have a beautiful candle close, and that's not a big spike and then back down here, okay, and we close down here. That's a beautiful candle body close, okay? Amazing. Do you think we just go, and then, and then, No, it goes higher from here, okay? In general, okay, a little bit down, a little bit up, but yeah, you're looking really, really good. My next major level to watch out for out of interest on the linear is $44, and we're at $27 now on the logarithmic. You're looking at, we came up to that one level, see that really close, and the next one is at around about $70 on the logarithmic. I'd be favoring that over the longer term for sure. Over the next 2-3 years, you could easily come up to that $70 mark and possibly even higher. For the SilJ, silver junior miners, there's more risk involved with it, but there's much more reward involved as well. This can actually fly through there. That could do really, really well. Now what you would want to do, and let's do a quick bit of that, which is check how the silver miners have been performing against silver not so well. So let me show you those. So there is a case to be made that, do you want to be miners or in the physical metal itself? Remember we spoke about this? This is the Sil versus silver. Just in the last month, silver spot price has absolutely killed the miners, and I wasn't expecting that. Wasn't expecting it. I don't like the fact, and this is the opposite end of the spectrum for silver miners when you compare it to the spot price itself. We had a big spike down. I'd like to see where we closed at. Let me just do that. I'll do that again. Okay. We had that beautiful bottoming structure. We came up to there. I thought we were going to find support right here. We haven't done that. Okay. I thought we were going to find that support at that 1.7 ratio. We haven't done that, but let's see where we have closed at. On the monthly, yeah, I'll have to take it again, probably from, let me take it to the weekly. Yeah, I'll take it to the monthly. So from there and there, where have we closed at? I think I just did that before. We've closed through the 618 as well. Okay, here's some actual potential positive news though. So we've closed through here on a wave 2 pullback. Okay, so I believe this is a wave 1 and that's a wave 2. On a wave 2 pullback, you can come down to the 0.786 and we have closed above it. So I will say that's a positive to say for SIL. We've had a big move. There's your 1. There's your really deep wave 2 pullback. We spiked down there, but we've closed above that area. I like the fact that we've closed above it. I think that's a wave 2. Then I think we get the next wave 3. Then we get your wave 4 pullback. We get your wave 5, etc. I naturally have to be bullish on silver miners versus the physical because, again, the silver miners make absolute bank as the spot price goes up. And so people want to get into those companies that are doing really, really well. There might be people into physical who are going, no, not this time, Joe. It's, they're going to massively continue to underperform. You could be right, but history does tend to rhyme. So I'm actually thinking it's more like that kind of thing. Okay, so I am bullish on it. That's just a really deep wave 2 pullback, I would call that. I wouldn't want to see it. I mean, if you start closing below here, bad news. Bad. Get the hell out, probably. All right. But until then, no. We'll take a look at SilJ versus silver. How's that done? Similar thing. Okay, yeah, look at that. SilJ versus silver. It was great to be in the silver junior miners over the last year. And then just literally in the last month when silver had that massive move, it's just that big, deep wave 2 pullback. It's actually closed just below the 618, so just below this kind of support area. But again, with a wave 2 pullback, it's closed above the 0.786. So I think that's okay. I think still onwards and upwards we go. We'll do a wave 3, then a wave 4 pullback, and then wave 5, into 2030, etc. So I do think we do that kind of thing. That's my opinion, and I will stick with it. And while we are above, right about here, see that? If I extend that out for you, it's right about here-ish. While we're above here, I'll say, cool, that's fine. If you start closing below here, not good. Okay. And again, this is just against physical silver. So being in physical silver could be just skyrocketing. You could be seeing an absolute tear, like a massive, breakaway between physical silver, and everyone's like, gotta be physical. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Screw those miners, they suck. It's only paper promises, right? So you own physical silver anyway. You only dabble in the silver miners because you want a little bit of extra upside potential. You don't swap all your physical silver. That's where it is, okay? You have your physical, your core stack. You keep buying your physical on the regular every month, whatever it is for you, dollar cost average, and then you dabble in the silver miners to potentially outperform it. Cool? But I do think it will more likely do that kind of thing. Again, for those reasons I said before. Let's take a quick look at, I've got to get out of here, but let's take a quick look at Bitcoin and crypto. What do we see for the year? All right, here is, and I'll swap it over too. I'll swap it over because this portion of the show is brought to you by Stormrake, stormrake.com. I do believe you should be buying Bitcoin, and you should be buying Bitcoin on the regular as a dollar cost average method. Why? Because it is going higher in the future. I think this cycle top is just over. Could I be wrong? Yes. Does history always repeat? No. Could we be going into 2026, 2027, etc., and we're just massively going up from here? Yes. You buy Bitcoin as an insurance policy. You own a bit of gold. You own a bit of Bitcoin these days, okay? Because I think algorithmically, it's limited in supply. It's halving every 4 years. It's being adopted by all major institutions. All the massive companies that have bought Bitcoin, do you think they are going to let it go down? No, they're not going to let it go down. Okay, they're going to continue to pump it up and advertise it as such, and I think it will do very well in the future. That's why you own 5% of your wealth in Bitcoin, 5% of your investable assets, I should say, in gold as well. And I think you should do it. And you should do it through Stormrake, stormrake.com, full service cryptocurrency brokerage. They charge a 3% brokerage fee to do it all for you. It's like calling your old school broker. You literally have a dedicated broker. That is Bisha. He's the COO of Stormrake. He's also one of their major brokers as well. You can literally talk to him on the phone or one of the other associates, the other brokers, and have a chat. What's good now? Is Bitcoin good play right now? Would you buy Bitcoin now? What about Ethereum? What about altcoins, etc.? They'll give you their opinion. You talk to a real human being. They'll charge you a 3% fee to buy and sell all crypto for you. Otherwise, you don't want to pay 3%. You only want to pay 2% for the life of your account. Sign up with my thing. I'll put a link somewhere below, or you can copy this into the favorite thing in your browser, right? That referral. It'll take you to the sign up page, except you'll see at the top, they'll say, "Good morning, stackers." And then you're guaranteed to get 2% brokerage fees for the life of the account. That's Stormrake, stormrake.com. Let's go to Bitcoin. But for the moment, it's not looking great in terms of the longer term's fine. But just for the shorter term, we have had that bearish divergence playing out totally. Okay, and volume's not as good as it was. So you have that higher highs, flattening out lower highs on the relative strength index. Okay, so a bit of bearish divergence playing out. I can actually see, though, if I go to the yearly time frame, not the bad thing about Bitcoin for the year, and we don't have that much longer. You've got 31 minutes until the new trading year for Bitcoin, when that ticks over to January 1st, 2026 in UTC time, and everyone kind of talks about UTC time when it comes to crypto. You're going to close the year red. Looks like it might be a bit of a doji though. This thing here, so that's an indecisive candle close. That doji kind of thing where you've got a small body and then a wick to the downside and a wick to the upside. So it just says indecision. Okay. But here's the problem with it. It's the first time where you've broken the 3 up, 1 down, 3 up, 1 down for a long, long time. That's the Coinbase chart. Don't know why I'm looking at that. That's the Bitstamp chart. Don't know why I'm looking at that. Where's my index chart? That's in Australian dollars. Okay. BTC index. Where's my index? There we go. Yeah, let me get rid of all of that crap. So on the yearly, first time in history. Okay, this is on the logarithmic chart. 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2. Ooh. Okay, so definitely some indecision. You can see that it's kind of rolling over on the logarithmic. Now that's the linear though. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hang on. I'll be right back. Sorry, family stuff. Just stuff going on in the background that I got to take care of because, school holidays and all that kind of stuff. As I said, Bitcoin, yeah. Again, I'll pop it on the logarithmic. It is showing some indecision at this stage. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, so just watch out. Cycle generally over. I don't like the fact that it's going to close that year. However, it is showing indecision. So there are many people saying that Bitcoin in 2026 is just going to through the roof. They could be right. On the monthly time frame, I could actually see the case for, because of this little close high here, I could actually see the case for the first, I'd say, so that's a monthly time frame for those couple of months, 2-3 months. I could see the case for higher prices for Bitcoin in the first quarter of 2026. Okay. Although, as I've been saying, I will not be any kind of confident with Bitcoin until it starts closing above around about that 108, 109 area, $108, $109,000 area. You could see the following, okay? You could see this in the first few months, okay, up into that $100,000 range. My bet, though, is it ticks over and does something more like that. This is would be the change of market structure on the monthly time frame, okay? Lower high, then you break that lower low, then we're heading down further. Okay, that's my bet of what it does. But in the first quarter of 2026, you could see that relief rally, and just with this little pattern here, I can easily see that do that. So I'm going to say that's more so my prediction. I think we see higher prices for Bitcoin in the next first quarter of 2026, then I do think it ticks over most likely, and I will change my tune then if it starts getting up through that 108, 109. That's it. Then I'll say new all-time high coming like really, really soon. That's Bitcoin. Won't talk about general crypto. Don't want to. Final comments and we'll get out of here because I have to do things and so do you. I'm going to have a wonderful chat with a person. I give non-financial investment strategy advice. Does that make sense? I just have to put that in there. And I'm having a private conversation with someone at 1 p.m. today who is availing themselves of my services, and you can do the same. So I'll put a link below somewhere in everywhere where this goes out to for my consulting services. So you're more than welcome to have a chat with me. We'll talk about what your strategy is for 2026. We'll talk about where you are within your life. I ask a bunch of questions and I find out what your risk tolerance is, and we talk about, do you buy silver? Do you buy this? Do you buy that? Stocks, whatever. You tell me what your situation is currently and I analyze it and I tell you what I think I would do in your specific situation. Cool? Final comments. Chris says, I don't believe in BTC, but have 5. There you go. Thank you. I don't believe in it, but I have 5% of my portfolio in it just in case they're right. Bitcoin is at not all of crypto, not Ethereum, not even Ethereum. Bitcoin specifically is in that you just got to hold some just in case. And again, 5% of your portfolio, do it that way. And if you don't want to do it and buy it all yourself and press all the buttons, get Stormrake to do it for you, and they'll only charge you 2%. Absolutely good. I absolutely agree. Thanks, Joe. Be well, my friend. Yes. Living Edelman says, you want companies with long mine life and high-grade deposits and good management. Yeah. Joe, what's up with the no sip sip thing? As in my synchronized slurp? I did it before at the start of the show. Is that what you mean? Super chat from Fuzzy Balls. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. That helps with supporting the channel. What percentage of spot per ounce? Okay, here's a question. What percentage of spot per ounce should I pay for 999 or 925 from US Canada? Oh, I see. Of uncirculated and proofs. That's a big question. All right. For uncirculated and proofs, are we talking? Oh, okay. That's a hard question to answer. Silver, yeah, of course, Silver. You're talking, of course. Fuzzy Balls, great name. What percentage of spot per ounce over? Yeah, should I pay for? We'll break that down for bullion grade uncirculated silver. Well, percentage over. If you're talking, say, if I'm understanding correctly, so if you said like 999, now do you mean uncirculated silver coins? Or are you talking about like junk silver? Or are you talking about bullion? I think you're talking about bullion because it's 9999. But you shouldn't be paying more than. You can pre-order stuff. Dollar-wise, so what's that? Let me see. So 116.71. Give me a second. Where are we? XAGAUD is $107.35. $107.35. 116. 107. So that's like $9 over spot. What is? Fuck me. I got to do all these fucking calculations. Grok, what is? No, so 106. What is $9? Fuck me. What is $9 percentage wise of $106? It's around about 8.5%. Okay, so around about there. You shouldn't be paying around about more than about 8 to 9 to 10% above spot for regular bullion generic coins. All right, roughly your 8 to 10% above spot for your. Now that's in Australia though. I don't know about the US. Okay, but that's around about 8 to 10% above spot for silver 1 ounce generic silver rounds. But if you're talking coins, etc., if you're talking 925 proofs and things like that, but if you're talking pure proofs, for example, let me go back here. Sorry, that was the wrong one. If you're talking pure proofs, the problem is they come with the collector boxes and all that. So percentage-wise, you're going to pay a lot more. So I'm really sorry, and thank you for the super chat. I kind of can't answer that question any better than that, though, unless you've got some extra stuff you put down there. Direct from the mint. From the mints. Well, the proofs, you're going to pay whatever they charge because that's a flat rate. But if you're talking, again, the BU, you should earn for let me say a Krugerrand. Let me go back here. I'll show you this again. Don't worry about 925 stuff. Don't worry about sterling stuff. Don't even bother. Don't even buy it. Don't buy sterling. There's no point. When you can buy And don't buy, to be honest, if you're buying proofs, then you're paying the flat dollar fee and they're going to be way higher. I mean, you can pay double spot, you can pay triple, quadruple spot for proofs depending on what they are and the rarity and all that stuff. But if you're talking just regular silver bullion coins, again, that's around about your 8 to 10% over spot for from a mint, from the South African mint. So for a Krugerrand, that's about 8 to 10% over. An Austrian Philharmonic silver coin is around about 8 to 10% over spot. So don't pay more than that. And I mean, we did this before. Australian, do not pay Bullion Company. I am calling them out. Sorry. Do not pay that kind of price. If you don't pay that, $150 for, don't pay, where are we? There's other ones. Don't pay $150. Don't pay that kind of price for a 1 ounce silver kangaroo or a Royal Britannia mint or a Canadian maple. Ridiculous prices. Absolutely freaking ridiculous prices when you can go to like Perth Bullion Exchange and pay regular bullion prices. Australian Bullion Company right now are doing bad things to you, in my humble opinion. You shouldn't be buying from them. I'm gonna slander them straight away. You shouldn't be buying. It's not slander. It's my humble opinion. But I don't think you should be buying from a company such as Australian Bullion Company, where they're charging you $150 for a 1 ounce silver coin. At current spot prices, no. You go to Perth Bullion Exchange or, Bullion Now, Liberty Bullion, those kind of ones, and you pay just your regular 8 to 10% over. I hope that answered your question. Let's see. How much should I be paying for a 10 ounce silver dragon coin, Joe? Oh, I don't know exactly. What's the, if you're talking, are you talking 2024 or 2012? Series 2 or Series 3? For a 10 ounce silver dragon coin, Joe. I don't know because I haven't looked up one and I don't. Let's go. I mean, I wouldn't buy from eBay, but if you go 2024 10 ounce silver dragon, that's 10 ounce silver dragon. You can't see what I'm doing here, but they're charging approximately. Yeah, that's the proof coin. That's Year of the Dragon, 1 ounce. Geez, some people are trying to sell 1 ounces for $200 for the Year of the Dragon. Okay, good on you. A 10 ounce is what? Someone's charging $1,500 on eBay. Someone's charging. I'll just show you here. I'll just show you. Beware of eBay. Be very, very wary of eBay. Okay, so you might be getting absolutely scammed here. But someone wants to sell a 2012 Year of the Dragon for $1,500, 10 ounce. It's not bad for a 2012, and it has a best offer. Watch out. I'd be weary here. 100% positive, genuine seller. Okay, give me one moment, my lovely people. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. Yes, I'd be careful, but geez, that's a pretty good price. I mean, you are paying a decent amount over spot. That's probably about right. You're paying a decent amount over spot. It is $1,500. They do say they have a best offer feature. Maybe try the best offer feature and do it for lower. Around about there. I mean, again, it's a 10 ounce coin. It's Perth Mint. It's a lunar. And it's the 2012 version, and the 2012 was just so popular as well. When I remember that being really popular back then when I was buying silver back then. That's as best as I can help, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ending the show. I have to go. Love your work. It's January the 1st. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's do a final synchronized slurp, then we shall dance it out, people. I've got stuff to do. You've got stuff to do. Enjoy. You're amazing. 2026, you said I got 2.2 troy ounces of silver, a 12 coin 925 set from RCM for $31. Oh, wow. Including shipping from, geez, 2.2 total 12. What? You got 2.2 total troy ounces of silver for $31, including shipping. If I'm reading that correctly, you got a screaming bargain. Congratulations, my friend. Happy New Year, everyone. Yes, I got to get out of here. Grab your tasty beverages, because you have watched
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
2026.
It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronized slurp. Now we're
first, second one of the year. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh yeah, we're
Thanks, people. Love your work. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking. See you soon.